What's up, guys? It's so good to see you. It's Pallavi Joshi, and you are watching Absolute Biopharma, where you will find everything related to biopharma industry, jobs, interviews, training, technical content, and the list goes on and on and on. And if you are new to this channel, you first happen to click on this video randomly, or maybe YouTube suggested this video to you, you might want to consider subscribing because I bring you the most relevant content related to biopharma world. So be the part of this journey and hit the subscribe button, hit the bell notification, so every time I produce some new content that's going to boost your career, you won't miss anything. Today I am going to share with you a very new topic, that is AHU, Air Handling Unit. So let's get started. What is Air Handling Unit? It is a factory made encased assembly consisting of a fan or fans and other necessary equipments to perform one or more of the functions of circulating, cleaning, heating, cooling, humidifying, dehumidifying, and mixing of air. So what are the parameters controlled by AHU? They are temperature, humidity, air movement, and air cleanliness. Now let's see the components of AHU. It is made up of first housing, it has blower section, it has cooling coil, it have multiple filters, multiple humidifiers, and mixing box that will mix the air. Let us see housing. What is housing? The housing contains all other components of an AHU. Basically, if we see in simple terms, we can say that housing is nothing but the outer cover of the AHU unit. So it is made up of metal and it is painted. Obviously, if it is made of metal, then it need to be painted with some paint to prevent it from corrosion. In sections where the fans and coils are located, 1 or 2 inches of polyurethane foam or PU is used to insulate them to prevent condensation on the panel. So blower section have the centrifugal fan which is used to circulate the air to the various parts of the section in the building. So it has various types of fans, like backward to move the air in backward direction, to move the air in curved fashion, then to move the air in forward curved fashion, and airfoil. The selection of the fan will depend on the air volume and static pressure required for the system. Now comes the cooling coil. Cooling coil is used to cool and dehumidify the air. It means that if we want to keep the temperature low, then or we want to cool the air, then cooling coil is there and it will remove the moisture or humidity from the air. Both direct expansion cooling and chill water cooling coils are available for use depending on the system design. Again, the coil diameter, number of rows of copper tubes are calculated on the basis of surface area required for effective heat transfer. Now comes the filter. What is the function of a filter? Basically, filters are used to remove the particles and contaminants of various sizes from the air. The type of air filter being used will very much depend on the requirement of the building. So if we see, there are many types of filters like panel filter, HEPA filter, and electrostatic filter. First, if we see panel filter, it is a flat and rectangular in shape. It provides a minimum low efficiency filtration which is acceptable to the air conditioning industry. The high velocity filter arranged vertically, whereas low velocity filter is arranged in the V shape. Typical air velocity that moves through the filter is in the range of 2 to 3 meters per second. Now comes the HEPA filter. It is very efficient and is able to achieve efficiency up to 99.97%, removing minute particles and airborne bacteria from the air. It is usually used in clean room applications such as semiconductor production, operating theaters, and critical processing. Now comes the electrostatic filter. It is used to remove particles from air by using highly charged electrodes that ionize the air. So back filter is able to remove dust particles and is thrown away after use. Roll filter is used for high velocity filtration where the used part is rolled up automatically or manually. Now comes humidifier. During winter, the humidity level of the air can be low, hence causing discomfort to the occupants. So the humidity of the air is increased by using humidifier. So humidifier basically are used to increase or decrease the humidity within the area where the people or the persons are working. There are many types of humidifiers: spray type, pan type, grid type. So in spray type, it has a header and a spray nozzle that spray water with a pressure of 15 psi or more. So in spray type, generally the water is sprayed as per the name with the pressure of 15 psi. So now steam pan type. This type of humidifier, it is a pan and a heating coil to heat up the water of the pan. The evaporation of the water caused by heating will increase the humidity level of the surrounding air. Now comes steam grid type. It has tiny holes in the pipe to distribute the steam that flows through it. In this case, the water that is heated up to produce the steam is to be supplied to the grid in the condition to prevent odor being discharged to the room. Now comes a mixing box. In simple terms, if we see, the mixing box is a box where the air get mixed, that is the outer air and the inside or the exhaust air get mixed. So this box has air inlets that is attached to the dampers. This is a place where outside air and the return, or we can say exhaust air, are mixed to provide correct proportion of air to be distributed to the space that is to be conditioned. Other functional parts are supply and return ducts, supply air dampers, return air dampers, and volume control dampers. So this is the picture or the figure how the AHU system looks from the outside. So if we see internally, this is the picture or the layout of an AHU from inside. In this, if you see my arrow mark, this is the outside air. If you see the cursor, so from here outside air will pass through the outside air damper, then it will get mixed here in the mixing section, that is the correct proportion of outside air and the exhaust air. This mixed air will pass through the pre-filter, then the final filter, then the cooling coil which will cool the air, heating coil which will heat the air, then the fan, it will pass through the fan, through reheat coil, then humidifier, it will adjust the humidity of the air. Then if any moisture is there, then it will be eliminated by the moisture eliminator. Then it will pass through the sound attenuator and will be supplied to the building, respective building. Then if we see the outward way, the air which is present inside the room or the building, it will return through the exhaust return filter, and some proportion or some portion of the exhaust air is passed to again the mixed air or diverted to the mixed air chamber, and rest of the air is omitted out of the chamber through the exhaust damper. So that's all for this video. If you like the video, then do hit the like button, share with your friends, and subscribe with your friends, and hit the bell icon. So thank you and have a great day.